Hello and welcome, and today we're taking a whirlwind tour of the globe's strangest borders. The lines on our maps look neat, but in reality, they're a tangled mess of disputes and oddities. We'll jump from continent to continent, spotlighting the weird, the disputed, and the downright bizarre. This is your crash course in the world's most peculiar political geography. Ready to have your understanding of the world map scrambled? Let's go. We start at the prime meridian in England, home to the United Kingdom. A country made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The Republic of Ireland is independent, but Northern Ireland is part of the UK, not to be confused with Great Britain, which excludes Northern Ireland. Then there are the Isle of Man and Channel Islands, British, but not part of the UK. British logic complicated from the start. North of the UK is Denmark, which isn't just a small European country. It also rules Greenland, the world's largest island, and the Faroe Islands, both self-governing and far from Denmark itself. Greenland is vast and icy. The Faroes are tiny and rainy, but both are tied to Denmark, a mini-empire scattered across the North Atlantic. The European Union links 27 countries, but it's far from uniform. Some use the euro, some don't. Some are in the Schengen area, others aren't. France's overseas territories mean the EU exists in South America, thanks to French Guiana. And in Rome, Vatican City is a tiny independent state inside Italy's capital. Europe, a patchwork of exceptions. In Spain, Catalonia's push for independence has sparked major conflict. A banned referendum led to a political crisis, arrests, and ongoing tension. Catalonia remains part of Spain, but the standoff is far from over. The question of independence lingers. The Balkans are a maze of disputed borders. Kosovo declared independence from Serbia, but not everyone agrees it's a country. North Macedonia had to change its name after decades of dispute with Greece. Recognition here is political, not just geographic. In the Balkans, names and borders are never simple. Russia's borders are a source of global tension. It annexed Crimea from Ukraine, a move most countries reject. Russia also supports breakaway regions in Georgia, Abkhazia and South Ossetia, recognized by few. Kaliningrad, a Russian exclave, sits isolated in Europe. Russia's neighborhood is a patchwork of frozen conflicts. Cyprus is split between the Republic of Cyprus and the Turkish-backed North, recognized only by Turkey. A UN buffer zone divides the island and its capital, Nicosia. The UK still holds 2 military bases here. One small island, 4 different authorities. Africa's borders, drawn by colonial powers, remain contentious. Western Sahara is claimed by Morocco and a local independence movement, leaving it in limbo. Somaliland operates as an independent state, but no one officially recognizes it. Decades after independence, many African borders are still unsettled. Recognition and reality often don't match. The Middle East is a web of disputes. Israelis and Palestinians both claim Jerusalem-Gaza is blockaded and contested. Syria's civil war and Iraq's instability draw in global powers. Iraqi Kurdistan seeks independence but remains part of Iraq. Borders here are lines in the sand, constantly shifting. Kashmir is claimed by both India and Pakistan, fueling wars and a tense standoff. India and China also clash over their Himalayan border. 3 nuclear powers, overlapping claims, and rugged terrain make this region volatile. The world's highest disputes are also its most dangerous. China's borders are central to its identity. Tibet is under Chinese control but maintains a distinct culture. Taiwan acts as an independent country, but China claims it as a province. Hong Kong's promised autonomy is eroding. The one China question remains unresolved. The Korean peninsula is split between north and south, divided by the heavily fortified DMZ. The Korean War ended in a truce, not peace. Technically, they're still at war. South Korea thrives, North Korea remains isolated and nuclear-armed. One border, 2 very different worlds. Southeast Asia is full of disputes, from Myanmar's internal conflicts to the South China Sea. China claims almost the entire sea, overlapping with several neighbors. Naval standoffs and artificial islands keep tensions high. The region's borders are as fluid as its waters. In the Americas, borders are also complex. Hawaii is a U.S. state far from the mainland, and its annexation is still debated. The Caribbean is a mix of independent nations and European territories. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory with limited rights. Even Dutch Caribbean islands are countries within the Netherlands. The Falkland Islands are a British territory claimed by Argentina, leading to war in 1982. The dispute remains unresolved. Antarctica is governed by a treaty banning military activity, but several countries claim slices. For now, No one owns Antarctica. But that could change. The far south is still up for debate. Maps simplify a chaotic world. Borders are often disputed, identities overlap, and history lingers. Understanding geopolitics means looking past the lines to the stories behind them. The world is far more intricate than any atlas suggests. Drawing borders is one of humanity's most complicated acts. These lines reflect history, conflict, and identity. And they're always changing. Next time you look at a map, remember, every border has a story. Thanks for joining me on this whirlwind tour. Stay curious.